Jamie, here's your flash briefing. In NPR News.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Corva Coleman. The new Congress comes to Capitol Hill today, and Republicans will control the House of Representatives. The first thing the House needs to do is choose a speaker, and Republican leader Kevin McCarthy appears to be just short of the votes to win. This election is vital. No other House business can happen until a speaker is elected, and it's not clear McCarthy can win on the first ballot. The NFL's Buffalo Bills have not released further information about the condition of player Damar Hamlin. He collapsed during the football game last night against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bills say CPR was performed and Hamlin's heartbeat restored before he was rushed to the hospital. He is sedated in critical condition. The Hamlin family spokesman, Jordan Rooney, did not have an update when he spoke to ABC's Good Morning America.
I can't speak specifically on his medical condition. I will say is that, he's fighting. He's a fighter.
The NFL postponed the Bills-Bengals game. No word on when it will be rescheduled. Rainy weather and flooding continue to cause problems in parts of California. From member station KCRW, Matt Gillum reports several more inches of rain are in the forecast.
The storms pummeling California left tens of thousands of people around Sacramento in the dark as the new year began and caused the Casumas River to flood. In the mountains near Lake Tahoe, some areas reported getting around 4 feet of snow. Forecasters say a system that will roll into Northern California Wednesday night will pack a powerful punch, bringing several more inches of rain to the region and gusting winds around 40 miles per hour. Meanwhile, Southern California is gearing up to get soaked as well. By Thursday, that same storm could bring up to 3 inches of rain to some valley areas around LA and up to 4 inches to the mountains. And more could be on the way. The National Weather Service says modeling shows the active and stormy pattern remaining in place into next week. For NPR News, I'm Matt Gillum.
An Israeli ultranationalist cabinet minister has visited a sensitive religious site for the first time since Israel's far-right government took office. This has drawn widespread protests from Arab countries and a response from the U.S. NPR's Daniel Estrin reports from Tel Aviv.
Under heavy guard, Israel's new national security minister, Itamar Ben-Gvir, toured Jerusalem's most sensitive site. The Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, a Muslim holy site, is also revered in Jewish tradition. Cabinet Minister Ben-Gvir wants Jewish ultranationalist activists to have expanded access and even prayer rights. The Palestinian Authority protested. So did Israel's Arab allies Jordan, Egypt, and the United Arab Emirates. The U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem says actions that don't preserve the status quo are, quote, unacceptable. Since the start of the new year, Israeli troops have killed at least 3 Palestinians during clashes in the occupied West Bank, including 2 gunmen and a teenager. Daniel Estrin, NPR News, Tel Aviv.
On Wall Street, stocks are lower. The Dow is down about 6 points at 33,141. The Nasdaq is down 45 points. This is NPR. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is warning Ukrainians of increased airstrikes in their country. He says Russia is trying to exhaust Ukraine's air defenses, its energy infrastructure, and its people. Police in Uganda are investigating the deaths of 10 people at a New Year's Eve event at a shopping mall. They were crushed by crowds exiting the venue to watch a fireworks display. Ish Mafundikwa reports the promoter is under arrest.
The crash occurred as the crowd rushed out of the Freedom City Mall on the highway between the capital Kampala and Entebbe International Airport to watch a fireworks display around midnight. Only one of the 4 entrances into the mall was open, ostensibly to stop non-ticket holders from gaining entry. The same opening was used as the exit. This resulted in the crash as the hundreds of revelers squeezed themselves through the opening. The celebrations to see in 2023 were the first in Uganda since the imposition of COVID-19 related measures prohibiting gatherings in 2020. For NPR News, I am Ish Mafundikwa in Harare.
The former head of bankrupt cryptocurrency exchange FTX will appear in federal court today in New York City. Sam Bankman-Fried faces charges that he cheated investors and stole billions of dollars in customers' deposits. Bankman-Fried was extradited from the Bahamas last month. He has been free on a $250 million bond, and he has been able to stay at his parents' home. I'm Corva Coleman, NPR News in Washington.
In weather. Right now in Seattle, it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today's forecast has showers, with a high of 47 degrees and a low of 36 degrees. That's all for your flash briefing.
Okay, again, no NASA news today. Alright, well, whatever. We touched on cryptocurrencies, so let me just say, if you're going to invest in cryptocurrencies, which I have, only use money that is extra, that you would just use for other things. You know, like, I don't know, if you drink beer or soda or whatever, you decide, you know, I'm just going to drink water this week and I'm just going to throw that extra money in there. You know, it's like a savings account, but you don't pull out the money, you hope it takes off, and if it's a loss, well then, no big deal, because you didn't require that money for bills, see? So if you're going to invest in cryptocurrencies, it's high risk. Only use money you don't need. Alright, peace, love, have a good day.